What's up, guys? I'm JJ.
I'm Angel.
And this is PM Football. Jaden Daniels has a chance to make NFL history this week.
Rookies are 0-5 in conference championship games in NFL history. Jaden Daniels could be the first rookie in NFL history to make a Super Bowl.
First rookie quarterback.
First rookie quarterback. First starting rookie quarterback to make a Super Bowl as a rookie, obviously.
Yeah. And I mean, on the flip side of things, Jalen Hurts has a chance to also make history.
Yes.
He has a chance to break the curse. The Jim Kelly curse.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, watch our episode from last week where we talk about it, or our TikTok at PM Football Podcast.
Yeah. And in the short of things, no Super Bowl or no quarterback has ever gone to the Super Bowl and lost their first one and gone back.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know that until you said that last week.
If Jalen Hurts was able to make it to the Super Bowl this year, he breaks the curse. Now, my view on it is if the Bills make the Super Bowl and the Eagles were to make the Super Bowl, that's the only way the curse is broken, because the Bills need to be involved in it some way for the Super Bowl curse to be broken.
We don't even know if this curse is real or not, but
it is. It literally, no quarterback has ever made it back to the Super Bowl after losing their first Super Bowl.
But we'll see if Jalen Hurts could be the first. But the point of this video is that we want to talk about what each team needs to do in order to even get to the Super Bowl. And then afterwards, of course, we're going to talk about what we think is going to happen in the game.
Yep.
So which team do you want to start off with first? The Eagles?
Yeah.
All right. You want me
Go ahead.
to go first? All right. So when and you're in the Super Bowl, stakes are high. You're at home. All the pressure's on Philly. You need to feed the ball to Saquon. He's your best player by far. You need to feed the ball to Saquon. Did you know that the most yards Jalen Hurts in his career in a playoff is 150 yards against the Giants? That is the most yards he's had.
Passing yards
in his playoff career. Jalen Hurts needs to get at least 200 yards if they want to win this game.
Yeah.
And you have the weapons to do it. You have A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith. You have the weapons to do it. You need at least 200 yards in the air. Feed the ball to Saquon. Whatever the over-under is. No matter who I think is going to win the game, I think Saquon gets the over regardless. Defensively, you have the number one defense in the league. You have to stop Jaden. The entire team runs through Jaden. You find a way to stop Jaden, you win that game. Those are really my three main takeaways. Feed the ball to Saquon. Jalen Hurts, 200 or more passing yards. Stop Jaden, air and ground.
Okay. So for me, for the Eagles to win this game, they need to dominate both sides on the line. And I mean, they've done it the entire season. That's why they've been as good as they've been this whole year. They have one of the best, if not the best, offensive line in football, and one of the best, if not the best, defensive line in football as well. The Commanders have a banged-up offensive line. They lose Sam Cosmi, he tears his ACL, he's out for the season.
Yeah.
I think they need to attack. What is his replacement's name?
Trent Scott. As of now, we think it's Trent Scott.
Regardless of whoever it is in there, you are attacking him with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. You are putting them head up with whoever it is there at that position. Secondly, outside of the trenches, like you mentioned, they are going to have to throw the ball in this game.
Yeah.
As much as you can control the time of possession with the running the ball, the Commanders are gonna score. Like, you can't they're gonna score. So the only way to be able to keep up with them is to throw the ball and make chunk plays and score as quickly and as fast they are going to. The Commanders are going to score quick. Like, they can do it, but because I mean, the Commanders don't even necessarily have the best run game. If they don't even have a good run game, I would say. The way that they have won these games the past couple weeks is by converting fourth downs. Dan Quinn has basically said the fourth down play is an extra down for us. Like, we're not punting the ball anymore.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I agree. A lot like how Philly has the brotherly shove where they, in a way, like they don't need 10 yards. They get 8 or 9 yards. They're getting that first down because of the brotherly shove. It's kind of the same way with Washington where we don't necessarily need to get to convert on third down because we have 5. You give Jaden a 4th and 4, 4th and 5, just 4th and manageable. Literally, the statistics show he's probably going to make it. And again, sorry to interrupt,
Okay.
but I didn't know this until last week. Did you know Jaden Daniels has a higher percentage of 4th down conversions his rookie year than Michael Jordan has free throw percentage his entire career?
That's crazy.
That is literally insane.
That's a crazy statistic to pull up.
But yes, continue.
But so like even to more of what you were saying.
Yeah.
If you get the Commanders in a 3rd and 17 for a normal team, you can give up 15 yards on that play and they're going to punt the ball. Mm-hmm. If you give up 15 yards on that play and it's 4th and 2 now, they're going to go for it. So that makes you have to play more aggressive on third down than you normally would in a long yardage situation because they are using the 4th down play as an extra play. They're basically saying, we have 4 plays to get a first down, you have 3. We are going to take that and use that to our advantage. So my second thing would be to just be more aggressive on defense and send blitzes and on third down situations when you have a long third and long or whatever, you send the blitz and you put pressure on them and just hope that a chunk play doesn't happen off of it. Because if you get into a 4th and short, they're going to go for it. And with what they have shown, they are going to convert it. And my final reason is, or final thing for them to do to win this game is they're going to have to turn the ball over. They're going to have to find a way to steal a couple possessions from the Commanders. Because I already know, and everybody else knows, the way that the Eagles play football is holding on to the ball, not turning it over, and just holding the ball. Like, they just want to win the time of possession.
Really controlling the clock.
Yeah, they want to win time of possession. They don't want to make Jalen have to do too much. They make him throw it every once in a while, and it's usually a pretty easy throw because the threat of the run is so significant for them that the defenses are just so keyed in on a run. And when they do throw the ball, he has a lot of times where A.J. Brown's open on a slant or Devontae's open on a comeback or a dig or something like that. Or it's a dump off to Goddard or even Barkley. Like, they make it very simple for him. And they just need to continue to do what they've been doing and just control the clock. So, I mean, those are my 3 things that the Eagles need to do to win this game this weekend.
Yeah. No, I think those are solid points for sure. Now the Commanders. I'm sorry that I'm smiling. Like I want to start by saying I can't believe that I'm even talking about the Commanders in an NFC Championship game. So I'm gonna be smiling throughout the video.
Let me cut you off before you continue though, real quick. When I called you after the game, and you told me, if you would have told you as soon as the Commanders were drafting Jaden Daniels, that this guy was going to win not only Offensive Rookie of the Year, but 2 playoff games. Yeah. And one of them being against the best team in football. Mm-hmm. And bring you to an NFC Championship game, you would have said I was the craziest person in the world. Yeah, and you would have called help for me because I should be locked up somewhere.
Yeah, no. Me and a lot of Commanders fans came in with high expectations just because Heisman winner, you look at the film, so much talent, but to just see where we're at now is so unbelievable. But yeah, main things Commanders need to do for a trip to the Super Bowl. Like I said earlier, Saquon's getting the over. I haven't looked at the numbers, what the over-under is. He's getting the over. I think the defense needs to and will accept that he's getting the over. Contain him. He's getting the over. Just make sure he doesn't have a career day. I honestly do not think Jalen Hurts is going to do too much in the air, create turnovers. Take the ball away. See the ball in the air, go get it. That's your ball. Now, offensively, Sam Cosmi, that was a giant blow. That sucks. He was our best offensive lineman. That's going to hurt. Trent Scott came in, played great. Will he do it against the number one defensive line in the league? We'll see. Contain that defensive line. Work as a unit. This has to be the O-line's best game of the season. You contain that D-line, you're looking pretty good. And my final point, defensively, all you need is 2 or 3 stops. I believe in Jaden Daniels so much. I'm letting you know now, and you can take my word for it. If Washington has 2 or 3 stops, whether it be punt, turnover, game's over. Washington's defense gets 2 or 3 stops, that's ball game. Jaden Daniels has shown he is built for moments like this. You stop Philly 2 or 3 times, that is the ball game. So to reiterate, my 3 points. Accept that Saquon's going to run for a lot of yards. Just contain the amount of touchdowns and just make sure it's not a career night for him. Second one, O-line. It's going to come up to you. That's a great D-line. They played great last week. Washington's O-line played great last week. Just really limit the sacks and TFLs. Like 2 or under really is what we need. And 3, defensively, Washington comes up with 2 or 3 stops. That's a ball game because Jaden will take care of the rest.
All right. Those are 3 great reasons as to why. And so I'm going to start off with my first reason. And the thing that people, I think, are forgetting about Jaden Daniels is just because he's been so good passing the ball, Jaden Daniels is a true dual threat quarterback. Yeah. I think in this game specifically, they are going to need to use Jaden's legs. And I'm not trying to equate it to a Josh Allen, because if you look back at Josh Allen's career playoff games, he has at least 50 rushing yards in all of those games. And I mean that's been the norm for Jaden. Jaden is going to have to run the ball in this game, especially if they can't get their running backs going early. And I mean Brian Robinson looked like a completely different player in that last game. So if they can keep him going at that pace, then you don't need it as much. But I don't think they're going to be able to do that against a Philly front. And it's not a Lions front where they had injuries every single place on that D-line. This is a different animal you're dealing with Philly's defensive line. You need to use Jaden's legs. RPOs, read options, scrambling on a pass play. He just needs a big chunk play. There's going to be a spy on him, and they're going to have pretty good players that are going to be able to spy him. But if he can create chunk plays I'm talking 15, 20-yard runs, that is just demoralizing to a defense. It just kills all momentum. If it's a 3rd and 7 and he's able to pick up a 15-yard run, even a 10-yard run to pick up a first down on a 3rd and long, it is demoralizing for a defense because now they got to do 3 more plays, and for the Commanders, 4 more plays. If they can use his legs effectively and use it often, I think they have a very good chance in this game. Secondly, they need to stack the box the entire game. I'm willing to say I'm putting Marshawn Lattimore on an island with A.J. Brown. I'm putting Mikey Sainristil on an island with Devontae Smith. We're playing 8 people in the box the entire game. I don't care what they do in the passing game. If we get burned on an 80 or let's be more realistic here, a 50-yard touchdown to A.J. Brown, we deal with it. We are not losing this game because Saquon Barkley took over this game. You can't. If he does take over the game, you guys are losing. That's just the case. When Saquon takes over, that entire game is over because they can literally hand him the ball and the other team can know they are running the ball. You can't stop them. That's just what's happened this year with him. And finally, you can never be content if you are the Commanders. If you guys are up 14 points at some point in this game and it's a 4th and 2 where you're normally going for it, you put the foot on the pedal and you keep going. You got to go for it even more. You just keep going as you got. I almost just made myself laugh because I was going to say something.
I get what you're trying to say.
But you just can't be content.
You got to be aggressive.
You got to be aggressive. You can't be content. Yeah. And you just got to attack them. Can't take the foot off the pedal. So if those 3 things happen for the Commanders, I think there's a very good chance They're playing in the Super Bowl.
I like that you and me had some similarities in answers. We also, some of our answers weren't exactly the same, but they pretty much complemented each other. So, yeah, both teams, I think, have a legitimate shot at winning this game. Who do you think? At the end of the day, there has to be a winner. Who do you think represents the NFC in the Super Bowl?
I legitimately have not made up my mind yet. So I'm going to make up my mind right now. In one hand, I really, really want the Commanders to win. In the other hand, I think the Eagles are the better team. And I think they have a better chance to win the game. But at the end of the day, I'm going with my gut. And I'm taking the Washington Commanders to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the score of this game is going to be 34-31. Actually, I'm going to go 35-31. I don't think they get a field goal. I'm going to go straight touchdowns. I think the Eagles come up short on a possession. They kick a field goal, and it comes down to it late, and the Commanders score a late touchdown to take the lead. I think the Commanders go straight touchdowns. I think the Eagles get one field goal. Jaden Daniels has been the best quarterback in the playoffs so far this year. And if you were to tell me that and to tell you that at the beginning of the season that Jaden Daniels would be the best quarterback in the playoffs this season,
I'd call you crazy.
It'd be
I'd call you crazy to even say we're in the playoffs, I'm going to be honest with you. But
yeah, because you had them losing to the Giants in week 2.
I had us winning 6 games before the season started.
But from what I've seen this kid do in the playoffs, there is no reason why I should be picking against him. So with that, I'm taking the Commanders to be the NFC representative in the Super Bowl. How crazy
just
is that?
even hearing you say that blows my mind. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of upset you said that. Because you've been hating on Washington this entire ride. And I'm not going to act innocent here.
No, you are not innocent.
When we filmed last week's episode, I had us losing. I did change my mind a couple days later. But it's not on film. I texted you. It was like, we're going to do this. I changed my mind a couple days later. But regardless, there was that doubt there. Hand up, that's on me. Who do I think is going to go? This team has been doubted all year. I want to start by saying, and I said this last week, no fan base in the entire NFL deserves this more than Washington. No fan base has had to go through what Washington has gone through the past 30 years with a devil as an owner, the name changes, the allegations, the thinking you have the answer just for his knees to explode on live TV. Just everything we had to go through the last 30 years has all been worth it with this season. Now to the game. I've said from the beginning, Jaden's the Messiah. I meant it the minute we drafted him. There was something different about this kid. And he has exceeded my expectations. Last week we went into Detroit. And it wasn't close. We killed them. It was not close. And it makes me so happy. Because Detroit fans were talking all week. They went in cocky just for Jaden to show up and shut them up. The defense played well. I think if the defense plays not even as good, just similar to how they played last week, it's wraps. Like I said, at the end of the day, there's only one winner. I got 5 on it. Jaden Daniels is going to take the Washington Commanders to the Super Bowl as a rookie. And it blows my mind that I'm legitimately saying that and actually meaning it. Because it's one thing to say your team's going to the Super Bowl, but everyone's like, oh yeah, we're going Super Bowl, whatever. To sit here and legitimately mean with my entire chest, we are going to go into Philly. We are going to beat Philly to go to the Super Bowl. It blows my mind. If you told me at the beginning of the year the only thing stopping us from going to the Super Bowl is Philly, I'd take that 10 out of 10 times. I ain't afraid of Philly. Not one bit. Jalen Hurts, overrated. Saquon, I'll give him the respect. I'll give Saquon the respect. O-line, overrated. Defense, my boy torched you a few weeks ago. He's going to do it again. I'm not scared of Philly. Not one bit. Jaden Daniels is going to go in, put 38 on your head, and we're going to go to the Super Bowl. Final prediction, 38-35, Washington. I'll see you in New Orleans.
What a way to go out. And I mean,
With
we've
a
talked
bang.
about it. We've talked about it all playoffs. The most important thing in the playoffs is momentum.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a single team in the league that has even come close to the momentum that the Commanders currently have.
We are the hottest team in the league right now. Now, there's a difference between best and hot. Are we the best? You can make an argument for, you can make an argument against, I believe. You can't deny we are the hottest team in the league right now.
Yeah.
We are on fire, and it's all because of that kid, Jaden. Not all because, but like 90+% of it is because of Jaden. I think he is too good to let this chance slip away. I have full faith in Jaden, in Terry, in the weapons. I have faith in Trent Scott. Is he going to give up a pressure or two? Probably. I have faith the O-line will somehow contain the D-line enough to allow Jaden to use his legs, to give him time to look downfield. I believe this defense will create turnovers. I also believe Saquon's probably going to run a lot of yards against us. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes over 100. That's
you just
fine.
Can't let him take
That's
over the
fine.
game.
He could have the yards. Don't give him 2+ touchdowns. Don't give him a 70-yard run. Do not make this a career day for him, you will go to the Super Bowl.
That's the thing that's the scariest about a Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Is the explosive plays.
They could be on the 10-yard line, and next thing you know, he's down the field 60 yards.
Yeah.
That's what's scariest.
You were able to limit, again, he could have 150 yards on 25 carries.
Yeah.
If he has 150 yards on 12 carries, there's something wrong, and he's gotten too many explosive plays.
If he has 18 carries for like 110, one touchdown, I think we could still win that game.
That is the Eagles' way of moving the football.
Yeah.
They bank on Saquon for creating explosive plays for them. And if you can limit the explosive plays from Saquon Barkley, you can beat the Eagles. Yeah. That's as straight up as it can get.
Absolutely. So final roundabout, your winner score prediction. Who was it?
What did I say? I said 35-31 Commanders.
Yeah.
And I think, do they do MVPs for the conference games?
I think they do.
Jaden Daniels is the NFC MVP.
Yeah.
In the playoffs. I don't know if that's a thing. I might just be making that up in my head. But anyway.
Let's just say they do. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels is the NFC MVP. I don't think that's a thing. I don't know why I said that.
We could have easily just gone man of the game.
We just made that up. But I think scratch that whole thing I just said. The reason they win that game is because they have Jaden Daniels. And he's grown on me. I will say there were points this season where I was down on him. Like they go on that losing streak.
You called him overrated?
Because, I mean, he was getting talks of he was a top 7 quarterback 5 games into his NFL career.
No, he solidified himself as a top 5.
At the end of a season. 5 games into your career, you can't say he's a top 7 quarterback.
He was so talented.
But,
he still is.
No, but regardless, Jaden Daniels is the reason the Commanders are going to the Super Bowl.
That still blows my mind that we're even talking about this. Yeah. I have Commanders 38-35. Like he said, Jaden. It at the end of the day, it all comes back to Jaden. And I do have a question for you. Or I have a statement and I would like to hear your response. I think it is very disrespectful that people are saying Jaden is the best rookie quarterback of all time. He is the best rookie player, regardless of position, in the history of the NFL.
In terms of what he has done, I would agree with you.
Yeah. It's just unheard of.
No, like we said, 0-5 all time for rookie quarterbacks in a conference championship game. I don't love those odds. I'll be honest with you. It's a zero. It's a big fat zero.
I haven't loved our odds all year. And then the ball is in his hands. And then you're like, oh, we're going to win this. For whatever reason, we are going to go down and score because the ball is in Five's hands.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think it's a crazy statement. I would legitimately have to look at if you were to say best rookie of all time. I mean, there's 100% an argument for that.
Thank
but
you.
Statistically, maybe not. But when it all gets put together in terms of like what they've done in the playoffs,
what it was like before he showed up,
the stats he put up this year, like very easily in that conversation.
Yeah,
if he's not one, he's very easily lowballing in the top 3. Yeah.
I brought this up to my uncle who's a Cowboys fan. He was like, no chance. I was like, name one. He's just staring. He's like, let me think. And I'm literally just sitting there. I was like, name a single rookie. And I brought up options. I said, Big Ben, Jim Brown, like great rookies. No one has done it to the level of Jaden Daniels. He's like, I'm blanking on it, but I wouldn't say he's the best. I was like, name one. And for anyone watching this, and I'm putting this on TikTok, anyone watching, you think there's a better rookie than what Jaden Daniels has done this year in his rookie year, please name it. There is not a better rookie in the history of in the NFL, regardless of position, than Jaden Daniels. And that's just the truth of it.
I think the only other name that comes to mind, and it might be a silly throw out here, but I think Andrew Luck.
He had a solid one, yeah.
But again, they didn't do anything.
Not only that, he'd even won Rookie of the Year that year.
But Andrew Luck was generational.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to deny that. Andrew Luck was special, man.
But I mean, you can't argue with the facts with what Jaden has done and how he has performed this year.
Yeah.
And it's very easily possible he's at the top of that list.
Yeah. And I would even argue if he wins on Sunday, there's no debate. There is no debate.
Because he'd be the only quarterback in NFL history to do it.
Yeah.
Rookie quarterback.
Yeah. Starting rookie quarterback. Anything else you would like to say before we end this?
Regardless of the outcome, I am very excited to watch this game. I think this is going to be a very good game. Hopefully better than the Commanders-Lions game. That was a blowout.
Oh, I want it to be like Commanders.
I mean, I'm sure you do, so you don't have a heart attack. But
I was having no, that was so. I was emotional. But it's fine.
Regardless, I think this is going to be a very good competitive game. I just think the Commanders have the slight advantage because they have the best player at the position that it matters most, and that's Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, share the video. Follow us on Twitter at PM Football Podcast and Twitter as well at PM Football Podcast. TikTok's back.
It is back.
That was a scary 14 hours, but yeah. Also, I guess I should. We didn't discuss an official number. Should it be 250 or 300?
Let's do 250.
250. All right. So hypothetically, if Washington goes to the Super Bowl and Buffalo goes to the Super Bowl, we're thinking about live streaming it. Live streaming the Super Bowl. If Washington makes it and Buffalo makes it. But only if we either get 100 likes on YouTube or 250 likes on TikTok for any of the videos leading up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So if you guys are interested in seeing us do a live stream of our teams in the Super Bowl, make sure you like. And again, spread the word. Let's get this thing going.
And again, to give you guys even more incentive, I don't think you realize how funny of a content we would be doing if we were to do that.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get canceled.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised. I might lose my job, I'll be honest with you. So
we will be going at each other's throats.
You want to see a grown man cry, watch me watching my team in the Super Bowl, I'll tell you that much. Regardless of what happens.
Regardless of either team winning. And the other way, if they lose, you're crying regardless of the outcome.
And I think most of it is just me being proud. Because, we should have... This was never, in our wildest dreams, supposed to, actually happen. Like, the fact that we are sitting here legitimately talking about Washington possibly going to the Super Bowl. We are 60 minutes away from the Super Bowl. We are one trip to Philadelphia away from the Super Bowl. Like, it still isn't reality to me. It still doesn't feel real. I legitimately think I'm in a coma. Like, it's so crazy that we are here talking about the Commanders, one, going to an NFC Championship game, two, having a legit shot going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Crazy times to be alive.
Crazy. Great time to not work in football. So
Be able to watch everything.
oh, yeah.
But
Yeah. Thank you guys. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe again if you want to see us
live stream.
live stream. Gotta give us some likes. Thank you guys. See you next week.
See ya.